We're going to be mounting this today. What is up, my friends? I'm Mumphy. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed that little intro. And yes, today we are mounting the 83-liter Rome cases to the Prinsu roof rack. Now, I'd started an install process on how to mount these to the Prinsu roof rack that was going to require a bunch of drilling, measuring, basically compromising potentially the waterproofing and dust proofing of these Rome cases. But I had gotten to a point that I was able to stop before actually drilling into these things. And I received a message on Instagram from a follower who pointed me to this mounting option. So I want to shout him out. It's mata.yodas over on Instagram. He made me aware of the mounts. Now, these mounts are actually really cool because you won't be drilling in to the Rome cases. All right, as you can see, these mounts come from Sherpa Equipment Co. Here's what comes in this mounting kit. You get your bracket, plus you get all the hardware that you're gonna need. And because I've got two of these 83 liters, I got two of them. All right, first things first, let's show you where these mounts are actually going to go on the case. Here's what the bracket looks like. It's a giant T, and it will slide into the center hole and basically drop down through that hole, and the T section holds it in place. And then down below is where you'll mount it to the crossbar on the Prinsu rack. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Rome Adventure case, I'm going to place it on top of my roof rack. I'm going to figure out where I kind of want to mount it. I may not want to come too close to the front because I don't necessarily want to cover up my light bar. So I may end up mounting it maybe a little bit further back, but we'll see once I get it up there. So currently where I have my crossbars, I'm going to need to do some adjusting on them because they don't quite line up where the mounts are going to drop through those holes. So the current position that I have up front, if I was to mount it to my front crossbar just behind my light bar, my back one I'd need to push back, but that gets closer to the antenna, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Now I've pushed it back from my front crossbar that actually houses my light bar, and I'm utilizing the very furthest back crossbar on the Prinsu rack. What that does is it gives me a mounting point on the back, but now I need to move my second frontmost crossbar up so that way I have a crossbar that I can mount to. That's still going to give me 4 crossbars that the case sits on to help distribute the weight across the case and across the roof rack. So I may need to do some adjustments on just some of the crossbars just to make sure that I have them evenly spaced out so that I can mount this with the Sherpa mounts. So let's get going. Alright, and just to show you kind of what I'm doing up on the roof rack, I have this extra crossbar here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking these channel nuts and up on the front, because front crossbar we're going to be tying into the side, you'll just be sliding that into the channel and we'll be able to adjust where that goes to line up with the mount. On the very back, the back crossbar is vertical. It doesn't lay down horizontal like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up placing these along the wider tracks in the back. So therefore the back of the mount is going to be like that. Alright, now the Sherpa kit does come with its own hardware, washers. These are 1/4-20 bolts that come with it. What they have is a bolt that's a 7/16 head, and I'm not sure I want to actually utilize these, so what I do have are these Allen head 1/4-20 screws. Now all I'm doing is just making sure that I match up the length so that way they're identical, and this gives a little bit more security than somebody coming around with just a ratchet and untwisting these. They need the proper Allen head. Now we're ready to actually mount this up and get it squared on there. I'm excited. Let's get this going. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I align the channel nuts up with where the mount is, but I also want to make sure that I have enough clearance for my buckles to clear the side mount. So I need to kind of push this back just a little bit, giving myself enough space. So when I close this, I need to open it. That buckle actually clears the side rail. Alright, I kind of like this position right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1/4 nut, put the washer on the head. Okay, I've got those loosely in there. Now I want to make the adjustment on the front crossbar to make sure that my spacing is right, and I'll move the front crossbar into position where I need it to. Alright, so as you can see here, I do have the Prince rack front crossbar. This is pretty loose, so I can adjust it forward and back. And then I have my channel nuts there. I'll line it up with the front mount, just making sure that I don't put too much stress pulling this forward. And then I've also got the channel nuts on that side, so I'll go ahead and put the other Rome case up there, and that should all line up there. Once I have both on, I can kind of align it to make sure that we've got proper clearance, and we're all set and ready to go. Okay, so now I've got the boxes mounted to the roof rack. I've actually spaced it out on either side to about 2.5 inches, so that way it's equal all the way down the roof rack. That gives me enough space to actually open the buckles, so that way they're not hitting the side rails, and I've tightened everything down. Now I'm just going to go back through. I'm going to tighten up my front crossbar now that I've made the forward adjustments, and everything should be lined up, and we're ready to go with these Rome Adventure cases. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this install mounting instructional video on the Sherpa Equipment Co. Rome 83 liter mount. I like this option simply because you're not having to drill in and compromise the integrity of your Rome cases. Alright, now I do have to give a huge shout out to Mata Yodas on Instagram for pointing me to these from Sherpa. They also have a 95, 92 larger option for these, so if you have the larger Rome cases, check out Sherpa Co. and you can make that order so you have the right height on these mounts. I know that Rome is actually building their own mounting option for these, but for now I think these are a great option for these boxes at the current moment that are currently available. Now I will leave a description to where you can get these in the description box below. I'll also add it to my kit list that has all of the mods that I've done to my Tacoma all in one place, so that way you can go there. If you're interested in purchasing, you can just click the direct link. Some are affiliate links, others are just directly to whoever I bought them from. So if you like this video, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll continue doing more of these install mounting instructional videos for you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.